Good morning, everybody, and this is your Forex day trade setups for today. So we do have CPI data coming out today, which for Germany and for the USA. So Euro USD is going to be impacted by that. At the moment, we are bottom of range. Oscillators pointing to the downside, so it could very well be a bounce off the bottom of the range here. For me, still no trade on this. I don't like trading ranges. If we drop down to the hour, you can see a little bit of a different picture brewing here. Oscillators coming back to the upside, and it does look like we are looking for a place to bounce, but we have broken this trend line to the downside. So I will take this with a large pinch of salt for now. That looks like the closest bit of structure that we need to pay attention to. That is 109.865. So while we're in this range, I'm not trading it, so that's still the story of the day here. So nothing here for me. Moving to US dollar Japanese yen, big up, big down last week, and then this week we've just been consolidating here, doing nothing. Look at the oscillators, separating quite drastically. This is starting to look like a potential bit of a flag or some sort that is forming for another move down. But when I start looking at the lower time frames, this is a range. I'd want to see a decent break above this and a pullback onto this area for support for longs, or alternatively I'm looking for a drop below the lows of yesterday and a retest of that for a continuation to the downside. So all hinges on CPI data. Okay, negative CPI data is going to drive this thing to the upside, bottom line. Positive CPI data will drive it to the downside. As expected, CPI data will just continue this weird holding pattern that we're in. Moving to British pound, Japanese yen. So we did get a little bit of a bounce off the structure that we were looking at yesterday. Haven't quite got going, and you can see the reason for that. That wasn't a decent setup of the level. So obviously we wanted a little bit of a tail on the level and then the setup, but when you've got this kind of big down, big up off the level, that's not something that I would normally want to be trading. So this could be going into some form of a range as well. So I think I will sit on the sides on this one as well. Don't see anything else that is exciting me. Trend is up, there's no two ways about that, but this is starting to look like a lower high. And V reversals are rare, so it could be a lower high, but then we need to wait for the drop below the low of last week for this double top to play out, and that would trigger a reversal of this trend that we've had for a while. So until something happens here, I think we will sit on the side. So at the moment, trend is up. I should be looking to trade to the upside, but I don't like the way this happened, so I'm more than likely expecting it to come back down into this 169.772 area or 169.946 area before the bulls get back in on that. Moving to Euro British pound, and target was hit yesterday. So we did get the rejection higher off and moved the downside. Sorry, I've deleted that level. There it is there. So there were two areas here, like that. So there you can see how the target was hit. Buyers coming in off that level. And there it is there, and then back up and broke. So what we were looking for was a rejection of this area. So that's kind of what did play out. It's one-way traffic at the moment to the downside. So same scenario here for me, it plays out. I'm looking for a retest of 0.86 for a move to the downside. Bear in mind, CPI is going to affect the DAX. It's going to affect this pair as well. So yeah, pay attention to the data, because that could be the catalyst you're looking for. It's looking a bit tired on the 8 hour. We are breaking through structure, but as I said yesterday, there's a strong weekly area of support here, and there's so many tails you can pick up. So I would be reluctant to just keep jumping in short. For me, it's wait for the pullback and then look for the opportunity short. So trend is down at the moment. You're definitely looking for a bounce off structure, which is 087137 to start with. Okay. Anyway, that's it for me. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow. Cheers for now.